With me is Caesars CEO Tom Reeg. You haven't been on with us for a little while, so it's great to have you in person, face to face. Vegas is on fire. We just got all of these revenue numbers for January, best January in Nevada's history ever. Give me a sense of what's coming down the pike, and really, whether you're sitting back, you've got Vegas, you've got all these regional properties. Are you just waiting for the shoe to drop on consumer spending?
Thanks for having me back, Contessa. It's good to be here. Vegas is exceedingly strong. So we obviously had a very strong fourth quarter. First quarter has started strong as well. You noted the January numbers. As we head into March, we're looking at a March that could be the best month that we've ever had at Caesars. And we've kind of been setting a string of records, and this is among them.
Is it just that room rates are higher than they've ever been?
No, leisure continues strong. Gambling revenues are strong, as you saw in January, but group business has come back, and that's filled in the midweek business. So you're comping against rooms that were unfilled that are now filled at high rates.
And you've got a packed sports calendar coming up. So you've got F1 in November, which is normally Las Vegas's slowest month. Las Vegas will be hosting the Super Bowl. I mean, that in and of itself is a complete turnaround because they never wanted to put it where gambling happened. And I got to just mention, coming off of Super Bowl, there was a pretty big headline over William Hill failures on Super Bowl and problems with payouts. You've been so proud of your technical ability with this system you call Liberty. Why hasn't it been adopted there? Is there a regulatory hurdle?
There is a regulatory hurdle. So in each state, you need to get your app approved. Nevada has not yet approved our Liberty app that operates in over 15 other states. We expect that to happen in the coming months and expect to have the app online well ahead of next football season. But we're effectively running a super high volume of sports betting over old technology that just doesn't have the bandwidth to handle it at this point.
When F1 hits the Strip in November, what will that do for Caesars business? You're one of the biggest, one of two big casino operators on the Strip.
It should be enormous for us. So in terms of volume, it should look like a Super Bowl weekend or a New Year's Eve weekend. But what's important is when it hits for us, it hits in November, which is our slowest month of the year. So in terms of a comparative lift over prior year, Formula One should be the most impactful weekend of the year.
You had earnings last week. It really stood out to me that you talked about a refinancing of some debt you were able to accomplish at a lower rate than what it had been listed at. Do you think that we're seeing the credit markets easing, even though the specter of the Fed continuing to hike rates exists?
There are moments where windows open. We were lucky enough to be ready to hit when a window opened in January, but you also are building these relationships over a very long time. I come from a credit investor background, so have had relationship with these investors for multiple decades. And so when we come to market, we're thankful that they show up in strength and numbers beyond our expectations.